Hello, rockers and Mercuryans. Good morning. Welcome to the Mercury podcast. This is how I've been looking in the mornings. This is how I've been looking in the mornings lately due to my new braiding routine. So you're gonna watch me butterfly into something that doesn't look like Davy's locker from SpongeBob. But these braid beards have been so helpful at keeping everything detangled and moisturized. It looks so insane. I feel I should do a photo shoot in this at some point, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and ooh, hold on, you guys. I feel like I need to turn these front lights on because it's kind of dark. Anyway, this is fine. This is fine. It's good enough. There's some sunlight, natural sunlight. But I have some green juice here too, or green shake or smoothie. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is I think it's a shake. I think she made it in a blender. I'm gonna shake it up real good. Shake it up real nice. And then we're gonna get into unbraiding all this hair so I can show y'all what I do every morning. It takes really easy to braid these up. Like I do it while I'm watching YouTube or, just like watch or talking to a family, whatever. I just braid them up, keep everything looking right in the morning. All right, here is the juice. It's like kale and all kind of fruit and veggies in here, I believe. Tastes very great, very refreshing. Perfect for a morning refresher. All right, very good. Oh, hold on. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Uh-oh. You dropped someone's table. All right, let's get into these braids. Let's get into it. I'm gonna get my hands on it. So, because I've taken them out and talking, I had like a little epiphany this morning and last night. I've been kind of feeling like, I don't know, I've been kind of feeling a little bit off at times. It's like, you kind of want, like, after you divorce, like, I'm fine. Like, I don't want anything to do with any of my exes at all. It's just more of like, you want that companionship. You think like dating is better. Sometimes you forget after you've been in like a bad relationship, you forget how things are, and you sometimes want like another one. And I'm like, well, I definitely want the dynamics to be different, and I'm very big believer in manifestation. I'm a believer in like manifesting your next partner, your next life moves, whatever it is in your life. Like, I believe you have to really manifest it to have it clearly appear in your life. And I wasn't really sure what I want the next relationship to look like, but I thought about it today, and I thought about more of like how I am as a person, and how I don't really like being told. I do not do well with authority at all. Like I love freedom. I love owning myself, and even though sometimes I come on here and I'm like, oh, I want to. My nephew's over there, by the way. That's why you hear baby noises. He's so cute. But yeah, like I know sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to come on here. I'm gonna get me a billionaire. I'm gonna date a billionaire this time because my last ex was broke. He didn't have to be broke, but he was just broke in his spirit and broke in his life. It was really sad. I'm like, I'm gonna give me a billionaire next time. Like, forget this mess. Like, I'm gonna, evolve past all that. But then as I think about it, it's like, there's not that many billionaires out there. Not that I can't find one. I've definitely been around multiple billionaires, and I've actually been intimate with quite a few of them, to be honest, because they're in Los Angeles. But it's like a lot of billionaires, they want you to do what they want you to do. Like they own the money. Like it's not like they're gonna give you their card, and like even if they did, it's not your money. It's not your wealth. I want my own situation. Like I kind of rather be daddy in a relationship. I really thought about it. I'm like, wait, that's like, I think that's what I would rather have the situation. Like then you have the control in the relationship. Not that I'll be controlling, but I just don't want to have to ask for anything myself. I rather have it all already, and I like kind of set the tone for how things go. Like I don't want to be in a situation where I need anything from anyone, but I enjoy the company. I rather just enjoy the company. Hold on. Okay. I really just like enjoy the company of a cool person who like I'm good with, who I can resonate with and stuff like that, and go from there. Like I don't even know if I'll get married again. I don't think I'll get married. Um, Holly Joe says, just sitting here at work waiting for you to show your face. Oh my gosh, here I am. Here I is. What's up, Holly Joe? I'm doing my braids. I'm showing people how you can transform as I talk about my morning manifestation, because I had like a lot of dreams last night. I've been having more dreams, and it's just been, you know, it's been interesting. Like I'm in a very content space in life right now. Very thankful for everything. Very happy with what I do per day. I wish I had more time to do more music. That's all I wish I had. But I love everything I'm doing, so it's kind of hard to carve time out from what I already love. But I'm gonna figure out how to make some more music for you guys and more other content. But I am working a lot. Like I'm working on a lot of the projects I'm doing. But relationship wise, that's a big thing for me. It always has been something that I desired, like a real partner, a real loyal partner. And the first thing I talked to my sister about a little bit, and the first thing she said was like, well, make sure nobody uses you. And I feel like I have such a good, like, a radar now of users that I would just cut it off immediately. Like, I've been around that already. I've already experienced it. Like, I just don't think that they can catch me again. Like, the second that, I don't care how hot they are, I don't care how, whatever they are, how crazy, I don't care. Like, if they are if I feel that user spirit, and I actually felt that it was a super hot one. I think I told y'all about him. Like, it was like last year or something, just super hottie. Definitely my type. Taller than me even. Not that height really matters that much, but like, yeah, anyways, he was like just like super hot. Like, would have been total vibes and he was like on his grind too. He had his own career going too for him, even though he was like, I think he was like 25 or something. And he was just like cool. He was just, I don't know, it was just hot. He seemed like really cool. But he said a few things that I just caught onto. Like, you can catch, if you listen to the words that people say, they'll tell you everything about them. You can't get caught up into like, oh, they're so hot, I'm just in love, like, oh, it's okay, like, oh, they didn't mean that, no, I listened to everything. And so I heard the way that he was talking, like the way that he like had made like some side comments, and the way he was trying to move things so fast, I was like, this is sketchy. This is sketchy. Like, you're gonna be a problem in the future. And so as hot as he was, and has everything, I'm talking about head to toe, like perfect, like supermodel vibes, like super hot. I was like, he was in. He was like instantly trying to get hitched with me and stuff. Like, not hitched, or like just he was down. They say he was very much interested. And I was like, this is not going to be a healthy situation. Like, this person has a lot of growing to do. And I'm not interested in dealing with this, even as a friend. Like, I don't need any more friends. I'm very happy with the friends I have. So I don't like to like, oh, we can be friends. Let's be friends. Like, no, let's be nothing. Let's be strangers again. Let's be strangers, babes. Because I literally don't have time for extra friends anymore. This is my beard. It's out. I feel like this lighting is not the best lighting. Should I turn this backlight off? Would that work? Hold on, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me check. I feel like if I turn the backlight off, it might rebalance the lighting. That didn't really work that well. Kinda, I don't know. Anyway, so I was just, I immediately ghosted that person. First, I text back a few times because I was kind of see if what I felt was right. And the first text back was like, he was like telling me all these issues he's going through, and it was like very like just unloading on me. And I'm like, I was saying, hey, how are you, whatever, because you had messaged me as I was responding. And it was instant, like, oh, I'm doing this, and I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that. I'm like, oh, I don't need more drama. I don't need any more drama. Don't want no drama, ma. No. So I, ghosted him. And like I said before, I have a different view on ghosting than a lot of people do. People are like, oh, ghosting is so rude. How could you ghost somebody? I'm doing my braids right now. I'm doing the back braid. I have 4 big braids in, you guys. But people are like, oh, ghosting, that's such a bad thing to do. Da, 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 da. It's like, not really. Like, if you're not interested, just stop responding. Like, the more you respond to something, the more it's going to become, like added part of your life or something. So I ghosted that situation, and only like we only met once, but he was like trying to push things forward. He tried to message a lot, and it was just, and he was super hot, you guys, like super super hot. And then I ended up seeing him like a few weeks later at this LGBT facility that you have to check your ID in at the front for. A house where you bathe in, if you know what I mean. So I saw him up there, but we didn't talk at all. Like I don't even know if he knows I saw him, cause I go out there just to like sit and get suntan and chill. You like like kind of. But I don't really go to those places anymore because they're too low frequency, so I don't really go there. But at that time, I went to one, and he just happened to be there at the same time. It was one of the ones where my ex used to go to cheat on me at. And so I'm like, I wonder what this place is like. I wonder if it's worth the marriage. So I went to it, and it really wasn't. It was kind of trashy in the place. But this guy was there, so I'm like, good call of me to ghost this person, because they weren't like the vibes that I needed for like a real loyal partner. Stephen Duke says, those are really things still. LOL, I just saw that on Dahmer. Oh, yes. They are very much still things. And that's where probably other Dahmer impersonators probably go there to find their next victims. But yeah, those are very much still a thing. They have a big one here in Houston. It's called Club Houston. And it's like very, it's a nice one, honestly. Like, they have a big old pool and hot tub. Very chlorinated. Because for obvious reasons, it's very chlorinated. So I don't really get into that water. But I like to sit outside and like get suntan and stuff, make videos, stuff like that. But I don't really mess with anybody there because it's like these people are for the streets. But it's just nice to be somewhere where you can be free and be in your birthday suit. But some of them are really seedy, these places. And the one I went to where I saw that guy was kind of seedy. But they had like a rooftop deck in downtown LA, where you can kind of see all the buildings around and the moon and the stars and stuff. Well, there's no stars in LA, because it's weird. Like, isn't LA is the city of the stars, but then there's no stars there because it's so much smog that it covers it all up, just like all the fakeness. Hold on. Okay, he was about to do a headstand. Let's watch. But yeah, those places are still around. And yeah, so I caught on to it, but I'm like realizing now, I'm like, okay, well, if I'm gonna manifest my next situation, do I want to be like, I've dated rich guys before, like super rich people, and I don't know, it feels stressful almost. It feels like because they're like looking out to make sure they are being taken advantage of, whatever, which I get, but then they have this complex as if they're better than you because they're rich, and I'm like, I'm good on you. Like, I don't want that energy. I don't want anyone trying to check and balance me or something like that. Like, it's not the vibe. Like, I don't have to go to you and be like, oh, can I have a bigger allowance? Can I do this? Like, no. But I wouldn't mind giving an allowance to a partner. I wouldn't mind having, like, being that. Or we could be equal. That's fine, too. I'm down for, like, an equal partner, too. Like, that's also, like, super rich and stuff. We could just do stuff whatever we want to do. That'd be hot, too. But I think that maybe that's what I want. Maybe that's because I feel like if they have aspirations too, and if they're building something, that's probably the best, most balanced way to have a partnership. You both have your own things going, but then I kind of like that situation of like being the daddy in a relationship, because then you guys can always like be together and stuff, because usually they don't have nothing to do. Like, they're just hanging, like they can like hang with you and stuff, and you pay for their lifestyle. I don't know, I'm kind of down for that. Like, I feel like that might be cool, but I don't know, I think equal probably is the best, to be the healthiest. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, even though I don't mind playing the daddy role, like, I think that maybe equal is the best. But I want them to be like younger, because I realize like I'm really terrified of like dying and stuff. Not terrified, honestly. I'm fine with that. I get it, but I just don't want to see like to love somebody and then to lose them because that's how life is. But not saying a young person you can't lose that either because that's true. It's totally true. You can definitely lose anyone at any age. You never know how long you have left on Earth. But I feel like the chances are different. If you date somebody older than you, then you're gonna probably have to bury that person at some point. So that's just how life is. And then the same age as you, then you're gonna deal with, you have to see which one's gonna go first. That's heartbreaking. It's just so sad. I know that's kind of selfish, but like it's so sad to like fall in love and have somebody, and then you have to like lose that person. You like by their deathbed and stuff, and like that's just so heartbreaking. Like it's so terrifying. But like I said, even if you get somebody younger, it doesn't mean that they're not gonna still pass before you. Like people have their kids pass away like all the time. So it's like not really like you can save yourself from that. But I don't know. I just feel like I feel like I would rather like a little bit younger, maybe like 5 or 6 years younger or something. I don't know. Let's see. I used to date older though, so it's like I don't know how that would be. Cause I like mature people, so I don't know if I can handle like somebody younger and immature and like, saying dumb stuff. Stephen Duke says the time I went and was driving in, I was immediately disgusted how you could just see the cloud. Oh my God, yes, in LA you can see the cloud. Oh my God, Stephen Duke, at first I thought you were gonna say that you were driving into a bathhouse. I'm like, Stephen, you said that you were straight as an arrow. Are you really straight as a spaghetti noodle in boiling water? What's going on? Stephen Duke going to these bathhouses. Ooh, these houses are baths, sorry. Anyway, but no, you meant LA. LA is a big old huge house of baths. It needs a bath. LA is so dirty, you guys. The dirtiest place. Something crazy happened, you guys. Like my car in LA got vandalized for no reason. They didn't even steal anything, but they vandalized one of my cars. I have 2 cars out there, and I have one here. And somebody vandalized it, and now we have to get it fixed. And it's just so stupid. It's like it was in downtown LA, and it's just like, are you serious? Like people are so unhinged. So much violence going on, and the police would do nothing about it. Like the police won't do nothing. They're just gonna let it keep on happening. They're just gonna be like, oh well, sorry, there's no video. And even if you give them video, it's like they don't care. So now it's all up to us to like pay for the damages and no reason. It's an untargeted situation. You see, it's just really crazy, Stephen Duke says, I love being in control. I love being in control like that, kind of toxic. Oh my God, Stephen Duke understands me. Is that why you're watching me? Are we the same? Are we like similar? I feel like similar people watch each other because I don't know, I wouldn't mind having that kind of control, but like, okay, here's, like, and I want to gift them, like, every time I do something, I would like want to make sure that they know, like, hey, like I'm gifting this, but you don't own this. Like, this is something I work for. And not in a way where I own them, but just like you just want to be appreciated. I think that's what it is. Like when you go through relationships so you don't feel appreciated, you just want to assure appreciation. And I feel like everybody's God is money. And so I just feel like, why not just like be the main provider or whatever? Like money is just one source. Like if that person can bring in other levels of the relationship, I would treat them as equally still. But like it would be like financially, I would just cover that part. I would like be I would be the main provider, or whatever. I would just like be the hustler. But I don't want to ask anybody for anything, and that's I'm really just not. I don't want that. Hold on, let's see. Stephen Duke says, straight as an arrow. My little brother-in-law says you can't be just straight. We argue that all the time. I used to think that too, but I think that's projection. When I was like more closeted, I thought like, when I first came out, I'm like, oh, there's no way somebody can be straight. Like there's always on the spectrum, there's always, but as I think about it, I don't think that's true. I think that people can be literally straight. Like, I think people are very secure. So there's people who are very secure in their sexuality, but as a closeted person, you start feeling like as if a lot of people are just being closeted as you. You project your closetization onto others, and you're like, oh well, I wasn't living my truth. This person probably isn't living their truth. They don't know how much fun it would be to do certain activities, certain rainbow activities. You think that, but then you like realize, but if you're really real about it, you're like, well, that's not true. Like some people really just are, they're straight. They're just straight. They're like that's what they are, and I respect that. But I've definitely been. I think also because I've been with a lot of people who were closeted, who identified as straight or whatever, and they had like, families, whatever. At the time, not anymore. I would never do that now. But like back then, when you're like, in the culture, in the seedy LGBT culture where all kind of stuff happens, you end up with people who have that tan line on their ring finger, because their ring is not on right now. But the kids at home like, Daddy, where's Daddy? Daddy's getting daddied right now, and that's just not healthy. And so you start thinking like all of them are that way, but it's not true. That's not really how it goes. It's not technically. It's just not technically the reality. Like there really are straight people out there, and there needs to be straight people. Otherwise, we're not gonna have any kids in the world. Like we need to be able to keep birthing. So I'm thankful to straight people. Now I have a lot of gratitude for them, but it's hard to understand when your view of the straight people you've been around have been on their knees. But it's that's not always the case. It's a very specific environment that the LGBT world experiences. So it can make it all seem like everything is kind of noodly, And also there's a reality that the straight guys, if they get offered enough money, they're gonna do some things that may not be so straight. It doesn't mean that they're not straight. That's just real. That just people do a lot of things for money. So I'm not saying I would offer money for that, but it's like that also makes you confused. Like, wait, how can you do that if you're straight? But it's like, shoot, $1,000 is $1,000, or 10,000 or two, whatever, how many thousand. A lot of times it's like a pack of cigarettes. It's enough for some of these people because they're like they don't care. They know their identity, and so they're like they'll do whatever they need to do for that. What they're trying to get that moment, but that doesn't change what they're about. So I don't know. This world is crazy, and it also doesn't put them on the spectrum. Oh, no. He's throwing stuff everywhere. Stephen Duke says, yeah, and like you said, when I have free time, I don't have to plan with them. They're just waiting. Exactly. That's the part, Stephen. I know. Thank you. I feel less toxic, but I think maybe we're just both toxic and we're like having this conversation. But I do feel that like if you're in the daddy role, they're not out here in their own career, like somewhere traveling for work or something. Like they're chilling. They're at the house looking hot. Keeping an eye on the maids, making sure the maids don't steal anything. Not that they would steal anything, because you're gonna get good maids and a lot of security cameras. But it's just like that's another good reason to have like a daddy role and get them that good gym membership. I would just tell them like if they cheat on me, it's over. Like I would never be violent, never be like anything that's I'll be faithful. But if they cheat, it's done, and that's it. Like there's no like, that's one thing I'll never tolerate again. Because you need loyalty in this world. Loyalty is so hard to find, and so loyalty is worth paying for. I think that's the part. Loyalty is worth paying for. So, and the reason why this is an important epiphany for me is because now I can just focus on my company and my business, building what I want to be, so that I can be the best daddy I can be. So the focus changes. The focus ends up being like a little different. Stephen Duke says, of course, treat them equal. Some of them don't treat them equal, but like I said, I've dated rich people and they do not treat you equal. Some of them don't. Some of them do, but like some of them are like very much elitist and all that kind of high. Stephen Duke says, but he tells me he would never touch a girl. Oh my God, that's hilarious that Stephen, your brother-in-law is or your brother, or I guess your girlfriend's brother. But like, that is crazy that he would say that you have to be on the spectrum, but then he would never be with the girl. So it's like he just proved himself wrong. Like he's so tripping. He's young. He's younger though, right? Steven, you also didn't send me his, or you said he's off of social media for this whole month. But you better send me his spicy content. So you said that he does spicy content. So I want to know. I want to see who you're talking about for research purposes. So you already told me you would. So I know once he's back on, you'll let me know. That's hypocritical, and I'm the same way. Like I think women are amazing and queens, but like I'm not interested in them in that kind of way, and I respect that. And so it was really crazy of me to think that there was a spectrum only for one side, you know? So, let's see. Let's see. Stephen Duke says, everyone has their price. Everyone does have their price, that's true. That's very, very true. Everyone does have their price for everything. It's just a fact, that's how it is. Let's see. Stephen Duke said, like your own personal prize. Exactly. That's real. As long as it's upfront and it's not like this fake thing. As long as it's not like a hidden agenda or something, like it's a personal prize, yeah. That's what they call a trophy situation. Nothing wrong with having trophies. Everybody loves trophies. Stephen Dick, I mean, you buy a nice car and like houses and stuff and all that, so like, why not buy that? Buy your loyalty. Stephen Duke says you can manipulate. Doggone it! Hold on. You're in the back of the camera, Paris. You can manipulate loyalty. You shouldn't, but you definitely can. You can manipulate loyalty. What do you mean by that, Stephen Duke? You said, what do you mean by manipulate loyalty? But Paris said that you can get them to do what you want them to do because you know they're loyal. But is that what you mean by manipulating loyalty, Stephen Duke? Are you still here? I'm sure Stephen's still here. Oh, Stephen's not here anymore. He's not gonna be able to answer. Oh, here he is. He's right there. He's still here. But yeah, I wonder what that means. I wonder what you mean by that. I'm very curious because I feel like anything can be manipulated, but you know, I don't know. I feel like I'm glad, Steven. I'm glad you're on here because, like, wait, is that the dynamic? Also, if you're gonna respond, Steven, is that also the dynamic that you have with your girlfriend right now? Is that the dynamic you guys have together? Did you go upstairs earlier? Oh, okay. Like that one arm. One arm, this is too heavy for one arm. Anyway. But yeah, I'm curious. Let's see. I don't know if Steven's gonna respond. He's probably responding, typing right now. Oh, here we go. He says, Stephen Duke says, I'm saying if you're in a position of power in a relationship, you can give a sense of dependency. Ah, that's a good point. I think what I would do, if I was like super rich from that kind of way, like I would make sure that they're self-sufficient enough So they're never staying exactly for the money, but like that, I still the richer one because like I'm the one that's working on it. But I don't mind if they become richer. If they want to be, if they want to work the hard, it's just hard to become that rich. And I wouldn't mind, like, I wouldn't mind providing that lifestyle. But I wouldn't want them to be like, oh, like you need me to eat. Like I want them to have their own situation, like our own. Like I would pay them. I would like hire them basically. Like I wouldn't just give it to them. I would like I'll hire them for, you know, if they're really hot, then you're gonna model my clothes or something. I'm gonna pay you the best rate, better rate than any of the other models in New York. Like, you know, you'll be like a top, you get paid like a top model because models don't get paid hardly anything. So I'll make sure they get really some real coin and residuals or whatever, and so they at least have something to sustain, like, you know, themselves, their house payment, their car note, their food, like everything that they have, like they have something of their own, so they don't have to ask for everything, because that's kind of weird to always ask that. But then it would just be like, like they would still have like a lot of free time, so we can always hang out and stuff. Because otherwise it's like weird. I don't know. My mom's dating someone outside the state, and it's fine. Like they're doing their thing. They're both busy people, but it's just like I don't know if I would want to like not be able to be around the person that I care about, like the person that I'm with often. Oh my God, Paris, you literally keep on coming into the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's just food ready.
No, it's okay. It's just little. I keep moving the camera, and you keep like coming back in the background.
I'm not even paying attention. I'm sorry.
I know. I should have just done this. I should have just moved the camera out of the way. Well, you're gonna be in this video. I'm not editing it. That's too much work. Let's see. Stephen Duke says they kind of have to be loyal in fear of losing you. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, they have to be loyal, and that's. I don't want them to live in fear though. That's the part. I think I don't want them to live in fear, but I want them to respect the blessings I bring from my hard work. You know, I think that's the part. Like I don't want them to live in fear. That's why I want them to have their own enough to survive and thrive surviving. But then, just like I don't know, yeah, because they're running another empire. They're like a fellow billionaire. And so I get to the billionaire status. Like, if you have a fellow billionaire, then you guys are ever gonna see each other because you guys are both running billion-dollar empires. Like, how are you guys gonna like mesh your industries? It's gonna be impossible almost. Stephen Duke says she does my at-home paperwork for me. Ooh, you got you a trophy secretary. A trophy, not secretary, admin? Huh? Say it again?
I said
An accountant. Steven has an accountant boo. Hey accountant boo. Accountant bae. An account bae. He has an account bae. That's a stretch. But it's a good one. It's a good stretch. My sister nodded her head, said no. Shook her head, not nodded. Shook her head. To be clear, nodding is approval. Shaking is stop immediately. But that's great for you, Stephen, that she's over here supporting you with your paperwork, which is very important. You know, it's great to have somebody supporting and loyal. Like, what's the point of a relationship if they're so busy you can't be around them? Like, it's more about that bigger part. Like, I don't want to own them. I don't want them to feel like they're less than me. I want them to just be, like, just available, honestly. Like, you're paying for the availability. And the way I'm building my business, I'm not gonna have to work every day like that. Like I have like managers and stuff already in place, and I work with like a lot of contractors, so I don't really need to always have a set schedule. Like I can I want them to be able to like be available for walks, for things that we do daily. Like I don't want to see them once every few months or for a few weeks. Like I'm not interested in that. I want like life is short. Life is beautifully brief. I'm not trying to have. Hey, honey, what's going on? Drink your smoothie, baby. He's drinking a smoothie, too. He has one just like mine, but his is more watered down. Let's see. Steven says, that's old toxic Steven. I try not to be like that. Okay. So Steven has grown. Steven has developed and evolved from the old toxic ways of manipulating his partner to staying with them for for dependency reasons, purposes. And I respect that. I love that. I love that people can evolve. I've evolved. We've all evolved. I'm just, well, not all of us. Some people don't want to evolve. That's fine, whatever. But I respect that. Stephen Duke says she does all the bills and stuff too. I say I just cut checks. There we go. Ooh, that's a great partnership right there. It's hard to cut checks. It's hard to cut checks. It's hard to get that money. It's hard to balance it all and to organize it. So you guys are in a real partnership. And I'm down for that too. Like maybe my partner does that. Maybe my partner keeps the house in order. Like I don't want them to like be the one mopping the floors and doing dishes. Like I'd rather hire like staff for that. But somebody's got to make sure that it's all organized. That it's like that the staff is doing the right things and that the feng shui is right. And I want somebody to be at the house and enjoying the mansion with me or something. I don't know. I don't want somebody who's too busy. I respect that. I've been around those people. I've dated like super rich people, but like they're always busy. They're always traveling everywhere. They're always like in some stressful situation with their company. It's just a lot. It's always a lot, and there's always some dynamic because usually they're richer than me, and so it's like always some dynamic that I feel judgment on my company. Like they feel like I should be doing different things in my company. Stephen Duke says, I feel like that's how she contributes. That's awesome. That's a big contribution because guess what? If you have to pay somebody that, accountants are expensive. I have one. And they're expensive. And so it's like, you have to value your people. So like she is contributing. She's giving a lot to the relationship by just being present and keeping things organized, keeping your administration going. So that's great. And says Stephen Duke says she likes it. That's right, Stephen. That's right. You guys have a balanced relationship. You have one son, right? You have multiple, or you have one? You say you have 1 2-year-old. Stephen says I dated a girl in medical school, and she was too busy for me. I hated it. Yeah. You have 2 kids. Okay, you have 1 2-year-old, and how old's your other one? But yeah, in medical school, a 7-month-old. Oh my God, Steven, congratulations, 7 months. So you had yourself a baby literally like, oh my God, that's so recent. That's like this year you had a baby. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Well, congratulations, and like I'm really happy for you and your girl. Are you guys married? Are you guys gonna get married, or what's going on? And do you even believe in marriage? I don't think marriage is necessary all the time. Like it's not really that important, but it just depends on how you develop it or how you frame your marriage, I guess. I only got married because the year before I got married, or actually a few months before I got married, is when LGBT marriages became legal. so I was like, we should get married because it's like just became legal. We need to use this stuff before they change their minds. But marriage was a scam for me. But it's not a scam for everybody. Some people are really happy in love. That's another thing. Some people project that people are on the spectrum, like their sexuality is on the spectrum. And some other people, they project that marriage, like negative relationships are everybody's in a bad relationship. Just because I was in a bad relationship doesn't mean that everybody else has a toxic relationship too. That's a bad projection. Both of those are bad projections. Both of those aren't healthy frames of mind to look at the world. So I've had to learn, because if I want a healthy relationship, I can't be thinking that everybody's relationship is healthy. Like I can look at Steven's situation and be like, oh, well, is she really happy? Oh, is this? Oh, I'm sure they're dealing with drama. Yes, everybody deals with drama. Who cares? But if they're happy and they're in love and they have a bond that helps them get through the tough situations, then that's beautiful. You have to watch friends or people around you who have negative relationships, and then they try to project that onto you and try to project fear into your relationship, because that can create something that wasn't even there. So I've been really focused on the power of your mental mind frame, or your mind frame of what love is and what relationships are. See if a 7-month-old, and he said Steven says I have a ring. I don't know how to do it. I don't think it's that important, but it's big. It's big to her. Ooh, I hope she's not watching this. Um, yeah, I hope she's not on TikTok. Is she not on TikTok? I hope she's not on TikTok. I hope she doesn't find this video. Steven says, people get it twisted because I'm not a weirdo test. I'm not a weirdo test head and can say if a guy is attractive. Oh, I see. Testosterone head instead of a guy. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really great. That's really great that you're so comfortable in yourself that you can just be like, oh, that person's attractive. Like, why? Like, are we supposed to pretend as if we don't see that? I think women are gorgeous. I think women are beautiful. Like, it's crazy. I'm like a LGBT person, whatever. The G. I'm a G person. And yet, the only people I listen to are women. Only people I'm even interested in their art are women. I think women are beautiful and gorgeous. Like, they're goddesses. And I think they're just the hottest people ever. But for some reason, probably because I was raised by women, I feel like it's weird to like be with them intimately or something. I don't know. And I've been around supermodel friends. Like I have some of my friends are like super supermodels. Like they're gorgeous, like just the most gorgeous people you see, and women. And yeah, I just don't know. There's something that like they like all remind me of my mom or something. They remind me of like the people who like my grandmother, my moms. I don't know. It's this weird thing where like I can't disconnect it or something. Like, but I think women are gorgeous. So it's so weird. Like I know some gay people are just like, oh, like oh no, I don't want that. Like I don't want that fish or whatever they call it. They disrespect women basically. They disrespect them like, oh God, I don't want that. I don't know, I'm good on that. I'm good. It's not like that for me. It's like I respect it. I think it's beautiful. I think every part of their body is beautiful. But for some reason, I'm just like only attracted to men when it comes to like that intimacy, which is weird because I don't know. I have not had good luck with that. But then if I was straight, I would have already been married because there's been so many amazing women that I could have been with, and they're like super loyal, super beautiful, like great people. So sometimes I wish I could just like not be LGBT and be like, oh my gosh, like just I don't know. I just wish I could, but I would never disrespect a woman just to like try to like live that untruth, unless it was true for me, unless it was fully true that I was into that, then it'd be different. But I don't know. I'm trying to think because I always say like if Beyonce wanted me and she broke up with Jay-Z, I would definitely go to her. Like I would immediately be with her and marry her and like do everything she wanted me to do, and I would learn how to eat fish. I'm not calling it fish because that's so rude. I would learn how to eat peaches because peaches are more clean and delicious. So I'd learn how to eat peaches. I would learn how to do anything I need to do to make sure she's satisfied and happy and that we have some more kids. So I guess maybe I am. Does that make me bi? I'm definitely not pan because I don't want anything that's transitioned. I'm not interested in that personally. No disrespect, but that's not for me. But I definitely would, yeah. If it was Beyonce, I would like, it's not even a joke, like I totally would be down, like 100%. But only Beyonce. Like if Beyonce called me right now, she was like, hey Rock, Jay and I didn't work out, and I saw your video, and, I want to take you up on your offer. My kids need a stepdaddy. Come over to the mansion, let's get married today. I'd be like, how soon can I get there? I'm in Texas right now, but I don't even fly anymore, but I would catch a flight. I'll catch a flight to get there, to get to LA, to Bel Air where she lives. So, yeah, I think that's like, maybe I am a little bit bi. I guess so. But only for Beyonce. But yeah, so that's all I'll say. But yeah, so I'm not, it's not that I'm a spectrum, it's just like, that's just my situation. But for other people, like I don't really You know, I'd rather like a super hot guy to be partnered with and stuff. Like that's what I would do. Um, but maybe I don't know. I don't know. I haven't had good luck, you guys. I've had like the worst dating experiences. Like everybody's been so terrible. I don't want to hook up anymore. I just want like a real loyal situation. Like real loyalty. Um, I desire that, and I feel like I wrote a song today called "Flock," and I just really think that like when you have all the money, when you have all your stuff together, like these like people just flock to you already. Like it's just how it happens. So then you have to decipher which ones are real or not. And so I'm like, I'd rather just focus on my grind and let the other ones come. Because I've been searching for that person sometimes in a way. Not really searching, but just kind of like open to it and seeing it. Like being open to what's out there. But now I'm just like, no, like, let me just focus on my grind. And I'm going to, at some point, like my success will be so overwhelming that my inbox will just overflow with whatever I want. And then I gotta pick which I really, like what's the best. You know, like how you are you at the grocery store, you pick the best avocado. Because some avocados are like too soft, some avocados are too hard and never gonna be ripened, and some avocados are just perfectly right. That it's a perfect like they're ready to enjoy that day. So you have to like I want to be able to pick. I don't want to just be like oh. I'm not in that space where I'm like, oh, I'm so thankful somebody loves me. So thankful somebody. No, I don't care. Like, a lot of people love me. Whatever. Like, I want loyalty. I want the whole package. And I deserve the whole package. So, I'm looking for my trophy. Why not? Why the heck not? I'm looking for my trophy. I'm done with, like, settling for anything. I settled for so much. No more. I don't settle anywhere else in my life. I don't settle anywhere else in my life. Why should I settle there? Why should I feel bad for wanting what I want? I don't feel bad. I'm not going to. So thank you, Stephen, for adding your amazing insight into this. I love these new subscriber-only chats because not only the voices that matter get to speak, so I can really hear. You know, like we can go more into depth. So if you guys want to become a subscriber, please become a subscriber. You can chat with me too on live. Thank you all for being here today. I will be heading out right now. I'm gonna jump off. But rock on, Mercuryans, and I will see you all on the next live. I finished all my juice. This juice was delicious. Get your juice in. Stay fresh. Stay refreshed and good. So, all right, rock on, Mercuryans. Bye.